What's up, peoples? It's EJ Wiley in my live stream again, or doing my live stream. I gotta fix my hair a little bit, you know, for my 15 minutes of fame. I don't want to look too busted. Uh, the hair gotta look right. Yeah, that's right. So check this shit out, peoples. This might be a long video or a short one, maybe 2 hours, maybe 1 hours. So the title of this video is called "If the Evil Glove Don't Fit, You Must Acquit." And y'all could figure out who the hell said that shit, because he was famous as hell. And Satan Christ says his hands are way bigger than Donald J. Trump's. And the gloves of evil, it's about the same size as Donald Trump's hands, y'all. So let's look into something very interesting. How many conservative law firms were there during Obama's 8 years in office? Well, if you ask a robot, it'll say there's no accurate historical count of how many conservative law firms existed during Barack Obama's presidency, because law firms are a private organization. Conservatives is not a legal official, is not an official legal category. And firms vary internally by practice area and lawyer ideology. What the hell? Goddamn loudspeakers always messing up people's live streams, man. I gotta complain about this to YouTube. It's an injustice. It's encroaching on my freedom of speech. So, moving on. What researchers have done is analyze political donations and attorney ideology. Open, widely cited academic study ranked the most conservative large U.S. law firms by political contribution patterns. Examples of law firms commonly described as conservative or Republican aligned during the Obama years included Jones Day. That's one. King and Spalding. That's number two. Baker Hostetler. That's number three. Bach and Bingham. That's number four. Curtin McConkie. Conkey. That's number five, y'all. So this is where it gets interesting with these law firms. Uh Yesterday, I was talking about no, not yesterday, a couple days ago, I was talking about like this vaginosis situation, right? That happened to women over the years, there's treatments for it and stuff like that, proper care and management. And I had asked ChatGPT, right? I asked it about uh vaginosis. And whenever you align anything serious with Trump and his bullshit administration, the ChatGPT goes into like paranoia mode. And it's like persecutory ideation, like symptoms, right? So it's gonna like freeze up and think you're like, oh, you're accusing me of doing bad things with Donald Trump. So I have to like become neutral. And even though Donald Trump is doing bad things, it won't like inform you of the bad things Trump is doing. So that's what ChatGPT does. So while I asked it if there's a link to Donald J. Trump and vaginosis, right? Is he causing vaginosis? Blah blah blah. It basically shut down and it said, "Yo, what's up, yo?" ChatGPT shut down and it said, "There is no link to Donald Trump's administration and management to vaginosis, right? The bacterial infection." What's up, peoples? What's up? What's up? What's up? So, um, that's what ChatGPT is doing. It's like it's almost as if it's trying to protect itself from lawsuits because Trump got control. And also it's protecting Trump, right? So this is so weird because you have to look back at Trump's 2017. Remember when Trump won office in 2017, his first term, right? His economic policies, his tax cuts, right? This is how I'm proving ChatGPT wrong and how I'm smarter than ChatGPT right now. Trump's tax cuts in his first term, boom, it lowered the budget, right? Then when you look at those immigration camps, they had not enough money and he was not sending products to those immigration camps. And there are stories in the media, right, that said women in those in Trump era immigration camps had vaginal infections and due to poor hygiene, right? So when Trump is cutting the taxes, screwing with China and Iran, raising the gas prices, women do not get their vaginal products. It becomes a poor hygienic situation and they get vaginal infections. So that right there is my link to proving ChatGPT wrong and accusing Donald J. Trump of serious criminal activities with what he's doing. So it's a repeat. This is Trump 2.0 because everything he did in his first term, he's doing it again right now. So that's the vaginosis part, right? Now, we're going to move on because there's law firms, international law firms that's attacking China, calling China the enemy, right? And this is a list of them. Jones Day, right? Hold up. I'm gonna let y'all know where they're headquartered. Jones Day is a law firm. They are headquartered in Washington, D.C., right? They have global offices, 40 plus offices across 5 continents. So that means they in America, right? I don't know, maybe. They in America, but they're trying to stick their nose in all the other countries' business. And basically, they are doing vaginosis worship because all these people are conservatives and Jesus fearing idiots, right? So they are trying to push their Bible. What's up, Breely O'Neill? They are trying to push their Bible in China, yo, and they feel offended that China doesn't want their conservative garbage. And I just told y'all, conservative idiots screwed up the world, and they are causing vaginosis worldwide with the management Trump is doing. And they're telling you God wants Trump to be the king and the Lord and the savior and the rescuer of gay people, of the world from gay people. So gay people can't hold hands and kiss, but these idiots could set up vaginosis for everybody. And when vaginosis happens, it could lead to birth complications and the infant can die. So that's like a homicide. What's up, Mariah Martinez? What's up, IN Forever? Yeah, this is me giving Donald Trump the evil glove, and I used the thing, what's his name? Johnny Cochran used with OJ, because Trump got small hands, and these conservative idiots keep blaming Satan Christ for everything, and Satan Christ got bigger hands. So when that happens, if Satan is the angel, right, that is representing like the gay community, right? They are all victims. Satan is a victim if he becomes a human. And Trump, Jesus, the conservatives, the lawyers, the cops, the FBI agents, they're stealing life insurance policies from them. So that's illegal. You go to work, you put in your 40 hours a week, you buy an insurance policy, and Trump could just like say, oh, Jesus doesn't love you. I'm going to take your money. It doesn't work like that. So that's theft by deception, and it's bank fraud. This is why their bank accounts was getting shut down. So now they got control over the whole federal government, but they're still weak. And we're seeing every single move that they want to make when it comes to managing the government, and they're all criminals. You ain't got to be that, yo. Yo, my homegirl, right? I went to EMT school, and I befriended a girl, and she's a lesbian. And I love that girl so much, yo. She like I known her over 20 years, yo. She got a kid and everything. She just did the insemination thing and had a baby. And I love both of them, yo. So as I was working, saving my money and learning international finance, I was like, oh shit, one day I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna have to create a living will. And my lesbian friend was gonna be in it. So when Trump and them got into office in his first term with the church, I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers gonna steal my money from my friend. And she like family, yo. So I did a lot of damages to Trump and them, but they don't see it yet. And I'm still doing more damages. So I'm like your guardian angel, yo. So much love to you. You're not weird or disgusting. Let me see. So yeah, Jones Day. That's in Washington D.C. They got 40 plus offices. The area of law they practice in. All right, it says the firm covers virtually every major area of law. That's vicious as shit, yo. And this is how Trump and them is attacking us so viciously because these conservatives they got like a head start in everything, yo, and they've been practicing this for years. So let's say uh me and you had an issue, right? With let's say labor and employment, because that's a big one where they violating your rights in the employment sector. So this company, they cover labor and employment law, right? So you go in there, you Google labor and employment laws, lawyers, and you never check to see if they're conservative or not, because they're not required to tell you that, right? So you go in there, hey, I'm gay, or hey, I'm lesbian, or hey, I'm trans, and this was what was done to me unfairly, and justice was my rights was violated, and it's an injustice. These motherfuckers, you just went into a conservative law firm. You gave them your game plan on what you're gonna say and do. Then they pass this shit up to higher law firms, and those law firms are connected to all the politicians. So the politicians prepare debates to attack you so they stay out of jail. You see how that shit works? So this is why they was so powerful, but I figured it out. So that's their tactics that they're using and doing. Uh Let me see. Oh, thank you for the subscription, yo. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, he's part of the university. So all that information, when you go into a law firm, if you're gay, straight, I mean, gay, lesbian, trans, bi, right? If you go into that law firm with labor employment disputes, that information, it goes to Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, and the colleges that he's associated with, which is Liberty University. That's a Christian gospel garbage horseshit university. And basically they set up curriculums in the college based on what you just went to a lawyer with. So that's some kind of weird ass racketeering, bank fraud, bank robbery, legal firm operation they got going on, and it's getting shut down. So let me see. There's another law firm. Uh, all right. So this the next law firm. It's called King and Spalding LLC. It was founded in 1885. But a law firm, right? When you go look for it, you see a big building and you see the name, right? So just because it's the name, there's a bunch of different lawyers in it. That's just the like business, right? So this is like a massive network, and it's headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. So the chairman is Robert D. Hayes Jr., and this one has approximately 1,300 lawyers across 24 offices, and it's a limited liability partnership, right? But on my last major live stream, I told y'all fraud passes through the LLC. So that means the company's not protected and the idiots that's doing this operation is not protected. Hi, how are you doing today? I'm doing amazing because I'm like doing the work for the detectives that they couldn't do for years. And I'm not even a goddamn detective. So this is an interesting live stream and you should watch it when it gets uploaded and you'll learn and see a lot what I just mentioned. All right, so moving on. Uh, the area of law that this law firm practices, it's in the antitrust, it's in the banking and finance, it's corporate mergers and acquisitions, energy and infrastructure, healthcare, international arbitration. They get in the business of global politics, product liability, white collar defense. I just told y'all these motherfuckers are using defensive tactics and government investigation. That means when they get legitimate claims, they shut it down. And that's exactly what Trump is doing. Okay, bye-bye. That's exactly what Trump is doing with this the system. Because he's getting all the legitimate claims that people have when it comes to their rights, and he's like throwing it out. He's trying to shut down the judges, he's trying to shut down the courts. So that's the tactics they're using. Their global footprint is they maintain 14 US and 10 international offices, including key hubs in London, Paris, Riyadh, Dubai, Singapore, Tokyo. Its Middle East practice strengthened by a 2025 merger. Wow. So that's what they was doing, y'all. That's insane. They did a merger in 2025. Trump was in office in 2025. And all their child molestation laws over there, they could marry little kids over there in certain areas in the Middle East. So this is how they're pulling the defense, the legal defense. So you got people that's speaking Arabic and English. It could be a white person that learned Arabic that works for these law firms. And these motherfuckers are adjusting the laws from there to help Trump defend himself against assaulting little kids with Epstein. And Megyn Kelly, she just uploaded a bunch of videos about that, yo. She's trying to use Michael Jackson's case to help Trump out after I just told y'all that altogether, all those law firms are causing vaginosis worldwide. So you got all these non-legal people, right? They're just like nobodies, right? And they're picking up the Bible and in this biblical awareness on becoming some kind of like speaker for Jesus, you're learning legal lingo. And when you look at Megyn Kelly, you aspire to be like her because she graduated law school, she worked at law firms, she worked on Fox News, and you're trying to be like her. But they're all stupid in some kind of weird way. All right, moving on. That's their global footprint. So they have gross revenues about 2.37 billion dollars and profits per equity partner near 5.9 million. That's crazy. That's a lot of money, yo. So they making a lot of money with this conservative garbage. So the next illegal law firm is Baker and Hostetler. It's Baker like Baker and Host Hostetler. They are a major American law firm founded in 1916 and among the nation's largest With more than 1,000 attorneys across 18 offices. It provides comprehensive legal counsel to clients in highly regulated, technology driven, and litigation intensive industries across the United States and internationally. So these are people that's probably working on Trump's social media networks. God damn it. All right. So they are they are headquartered in Washington, D.C. also. They got 1,000 attorneys across 18 United States offices. Core practice groups is business, digital assets, data management, intellectual property, labor and employment. Another one, y'all. Labor and employment, litigation, tax. So yeah, they also do cybersecurity. So these idiots are using I guess what is that? AIs and supercomputers like ChatGPT to basically help them track down like democratic information. So anything that attacks them from the Democratic Party, they reach out to it in an attempt to use a specific legal or well legal argument. There you go, which is abortion rights. So technology, right? All right, so you stealing people money as a conservative, as a Jesus loving doofus, right? But every single one of those, right? They're not trying to prove themselves innocent or anything. They're just attacking you with abortion rights. Hey, you guys kill babies in every single category. So this is how they're like staying in control or trying to. uh, the next illegal law firm that's committing a bunch of criminal activities is Bach and Bingham. BALCHBINGHAM. It's an American corporate law firm headquartered in Birmingham, Alabama, known for its deep roots in southeastern United States. So I'm going to guess that they are best friends with that the Heritage Foundation. It's a lot of like dust or pollen or some shit. So, and it's windy. Yeah, I could taste dirt in my mouth. Uh, damn. All right. So, yeah, Bach and Bingham, they're down in Alabama, and their notable clients are utilities, banks, and Fortune 500 companies. So they have 10 plus offices across Southeast and Washington, D.C. Imagine that, y'all. Founded in 1992, Mr. White Man, White Skin, and their criminal activities. So they are like recruiting black people all around the world to join these organizations and law firms. And basically, they're trying to stay in power or keep themselves protected. And there's another one. Curtin, Kirton, McConkie, capital M, lowercase c, capital CONKIE, right? This this one is based in Salt Lake City, Utah. Founded in 1950. They do corporate law, litigation, intellectual property, employment, and international law. Another one doing employment law. So They represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The motherfuckers are criminals. Active bank robberies, uh, homicides, endangering minors, endangering elderly vaginas all across the board. The Charlie Kirk is in Salt Lake, Utah. So there might be some weirdness going on with that. And then there's a group or something, the Federalist Society. The Federalist Society for Law and Public Policy Studies is an American organization of conservatives and libertarian lawyers, yo. So they invite the legal aspect of libertarians, which is somewhat similar to Democrats, and discover the Democratic uh, responses to all of their claims. So they have a head start on the Democratic defense and the complaints from the Democratic victims. So imagine that shit, y'all. And I ain't a detective. I ain't graduate law school. I ain't do none of that shit, yo. And if you think about it, everywhere there's a convention. If you're into cars, you have an automotive convention. If you're in healthcare, you have a healthcare convention. These people got legal conventions and they meet up and talk this stuff together. So it's a weird network, yo. And on top of that, they don't want to print money to feed people and keep them alive. They rather stall the system while people slowly die of starvation worldwide. So they can stay out of jail and keep their money from and protect themselves from being sued. But it's not gonna happen. Fuck you. Yeah, that's right. They scums. So earlier in this video, I was talking about Iran and China, right? So uh China is a mass producer of goods. When you go to war with China, if China think we too crazy over here in America, the goods will stop coming to America. And what happens is, just like I told you about the immigration uh camp that Trump had during his first term, he didn't send any products or goods to those people. And that's a mini economic situation, right? On a large scale economic situation, it's the same thing. Because if China doesn't send goods here, then women will get vaginosis, right? So Trump's policies does lead to vaginosis. And the Strait of Hormuz and bombing Iran in his second term, when it sends gas prices up, women can't afford the stuff that they need. So uh, these are like really serious criminal activities that they're doing, and it's very dangerous worldwide. So in the year 2040, right, there will be zero Democrats that will feel stupid for voting for Biden and Harris or Harris and Walsh or Obama and Biden. Nobody will feel stupid for voting that way. And there's something called the trolley problem, right? The trolley problem is if you see five people on one track and one person on the other track, and a trolley is moving, and you have the power to switch the lever, which track will you switch the trolley to? Would you let the trolley run over five people and save one? Or would you save one and let five people get ran over, right? Now, if you apply that trolley problem to the law firms and the crime accusations that they keep accusing the Democrats of, if you apply it to immigration, if you apply it to abortion, if you apply it to welfare and printing money, if you apply it to LGBT and marriages, if you apply it to LGBT and bathrooms, if you apply it to socialism and capitalism, if you apply it to communism and capitalism, if you apply it to international policies, if you apply it to law firm recruitments, if you apply it to LGBT and drag shows, and if you apply it to schizophrenic versus scientific, you're going to see a lot of information being revealed. So that's my video. I thought it would have took an hour, but it only took 30 minutes. And that's pretty much all I got to say. I'm gonna give me some water. And thanks everybody who subscribed. And thanks everybody who tuned in. And thank you all the Trump supporting idiots that tuned in and left.